name's Giovanders. Welcome back to the Valheim building world. And Old Man Anton asked for a tavern in the swamp, where ruffians and degenerates gather for alcohol and a warm meal. So in today's episode, I'm gonna build a tavern right here, right in the water. Well, it's not gonna be in the water, but it's gonna be right here where the water is. And I also noticed there's this weird alien statue. I don't know what he's all about, but like, I haven't ever seen this before either, but I guess this could be like part of the entrance. So, walk with the world, not around it. And on the map, today we are just north of the treasure bunker I posted last week. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of some trees and definitely clear out these enemies right here because I don't want them destroying anything, because that would be very unfortunate.
11 minutes later.
I've cleared out a whole bunch of rocks and some wood that was in the way. And I've also built up and flattened out, kind of a little bit of flattening out a little platform to be able to build on. And while I've gained a little bit of trash, as I always do, and the best place to put it is always to just pollute the ocean, because that's what we do in this world. The planet doesn't matter, it only provides everything we need for us. And now the next step is to raise everything up, because there's monsters that spawn in the swamp, and I don't want any of my stuff getting destroyed when I have to rebuild it. So I'm going to raise it up so that nothing is able to harm it.
11 minutes later.
I've now risen up the ground a bit. Not too much. It's not like it's like protruding all the way up that I could. It's just enough to keep monsters from not being able to get up here and destroy everything I build. Now it's time to use my super special technique and flatten everything.
20 minutes later.
As you can see, I've gotten the ground to be super flat. It's possibly flat enough to be able to join the Flat Earth Society. However, it's left over a lot of wood. And just like how our government in our world allows, we're allowed to put trash in the ocean, just like in real life. I'm also debating whether I want to put a ramp right here. If I do, there's probably going to be some sort of enemies. But I could probably put like a little block so you have to jump up and then get to the ramp. So I might do that. I don't know, but I am going to put in, what's it called? All the flooring now. It's time for flooring.
15 minutes later.
I've now put in the platform. I ultimately decided to put in a little jump right here. So monsters hopefully won't be able to get in if they just walk. Because I don't think they know how to jump because they're stupid.
Stupid!
But people, they know how to jump, so that's the protections against mobs right there. This one little block. That's what protects this entire build from enemies. As you can see, I started off with the grid over here, and then worked its way out, and then close to the edges I left it alone, and I put in diagonals so that it could look like it's close to the edge of the rocks. And then the plan for this build is to have like a decent amount of outside space as well as an inside space. So, you know, kind of like a restaurant, you know, we got some outside space, like a good restaurant, like a Red Robin or whatever. So I'm thinking more of like this side will be more like outside and this side will be more inside. Now it's time to get started on some framing.
20 minutes later.
Okay, so I finished the framing. This is what it looks like. Instead of having a half-meter gap right here like I normally did, I decided to have a meter because I thought it'd be easier. And it also looked nicer with all of these guys right over here, all the way around. I also doubled up the edges because when you put in the roofing, you want to connect it to this guy so that none of these bottom framings that support the roof sticks through. I actually remembered to put in the venting this time instead of doing it later. And it's also makes the build look a lot better in my opinion. Having that little bit extra up makes it look way more interesting. And now I need to put on the roof.
The next day.
Well, I've completed the roof. This is what it looks like. I put some X's in here, and I also put wood down the sides because it kind of looked like you could see a little bit of it here, so I wanted it to be all the way around so it all looks the same. And I also did the same thing today at work. I did roofing today. Doing it in a video game is way faster and easier and easier on the body. Now I kind of want to build like a little spot that goes underneath. So I think somewhere over here, like having like the bar section, have like a section behind it that you can go down into like a basement would be a good thing to add in, just so that the barkeep can have a spot to sleep.
A few moments later.
So I've made the basement. I made all the walls down here out of black marble because I really like how it looks. It's supposed to be kind of like creepy and dark down here. We're not supposed to be like normal people are supposed to come down here at all. It's not a spot where customers are supposed to be. If you come down here, it's not good for you if you're a customer. Now I'm gonna add in a whole bunch of walls. And probably windows too.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
So I've completed the walls, and this is what it looks like on the inside. I've made sure to put in lots of windows because I feel like a tavern needs lots and lots of windows. I also used the tar wood as decoration. I also put doors in for the big windows over there at the top. And I also put in a little bar situation here, whatever you would call this. I don't like counter? Bar counter, that's what it is. Now it's time to work on all the smaller details.
The next morning.
I've now completed all of the details on this build. I put in the green light. I was originally gonna put in like the normal yellow lights that you would have with the fires, but I thought the green lights gave it a better vibe, so that's why I went with. And it also gives it like more of a swamp feeling as well, because there's a whole bunch of like, it's the swamp. You have like, there's a natural green light over there, so you're gonna see a lot more green in this place. I have some outside tables. Each single table has a horn of celebration, and there's also various different types of drinks that I had fermented inside the fermenters inside the tavern. And going around to the back, I also put a portal here with a nice little dragon decoration as some wood as well. On the inside there is normal lights everywhere. I also put up shields of all different kinds. However, the most color of the shields is the white and red and the white and blue. So for all like the ruffians that come in here, that might just start brawls because like there's, say if like a person from the black clan, the black colored clan comes in and they're like there's only one or two banners and shields of my type, while the red and blue, they have plenty. They might start a fight or be mad about that. Same thing for like the green or the yellow. Because there's not very many green or yellow in here either. And there's only a handful of white as well. Less white than everything else. Because this is more of a place for like rougher people to come. But they do have like banners of every single color as well. So of shield. Not color, but every single type of shield. I didn't put a whole lot of food onto the tables. Mostly just drinks because it's a tavern. It's the kind of thing that you do when you go to a tavern or a bar. And I also put down some wood inside of the cutting table so that I could be able to put some meat on top of it as well. And I decided to have the cooking station be in the middle because I thought it would be the most fitting. And I also put, what's it called? All the different types of drinks. Not all of them, but a whole bunch of different types of drinks. That's missing the idle one. And I also put a whole bunch of fermenters up here as well. And down here's the basement. You can't really see the sign very well, but it says employees only. And trespassers will never leave, and it also says you have been warned. And when you come into here, there's, you will never leave if you're a trespasser. There's skulls all over the place. And this is like the barkeep spot, probably them and their mate. One of them's a witch, as you can tell, because there's a whole bunch of skulls everywhere. They're a secret witch, so in the closet about it. In other words, there's a whole bunch of like magic stuff all around, there's skulls. And over here, this is items of the trespassers, and it's just bones. A whole bunch of bones in here. And originally I wasn't going to have the standing torches, but at nighttime you really couldn't see anything in here. It was pretty much, you could barely see anything besides the eyes of the skulls, which made it kind of creepy. I don't know if either I should keep the torches or not, because it would definitely increase the creepy factor if I took them away. On another note, my plans is to have like a little settlement right here. Or something, some kind of build, because on the map, if you go onto here, I want there to be like a road that comes from the long bridge over to another build, which would be a bridge here. Different type of bridge, of course. And then like a road that comes up and around to this spot over here, which would be the reason why there's a road over here that diverges off to over here where the tavern is. But this road would also take off and go up around here over to the mountain, over to the treasure bunker. And so that this little area would be completely complete for the entire world build if I were to do that. So, to be able to do that, I need an idea for this spot right here. It's not very big, but it's a really good spot to build. Kind of. It's on a hill. It might not be the best, but that's the plan. Road coming in and out, and also to the build I just made, the tavern over here. If you guys enjoyed me building this today, please leave a like and comment down below. And it'd be useful if you gave me a suggestion of what else to build for this world. And it'd be fantastic if you gave me a sub sandwich. And I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.